My name is Godfred Seidu Jesao. I'm MP for Y East and a member of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Kofi Akunoku. I'm the Member of Parliament for Evalue Ajomojua in the Western Region and a friend of the committee.
Thank you. My name is Misbahu Mahama Adams, MP for Mio constituency, a friend of the committee. Good morning. My name is Simon Akebange Awergo, MP for Navrongo Central, member of the committee.
My name is Cletus Seidu Dapla, MP for Jirapa, member to the committee.
Good morning. Alhaj Muhammad Bawa Brahma is my name. I represent the good people of Ejura Chadmase and a member of this committee.
Good morning. My name is Honorable Gisela Tete Agbotui. Today I'm a friend to the committee. Thank you. Member of Parliament for Otu Senya West.
Shirley Che, Member of Parliament for the good people of Achuman Webe, just south, and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Nano Seiji, Member of Parliament for the good people of New Jabe North, and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Chairman. Please, my name is Duke of Oriata, Member of Parliament, Fantekwa South, and a member of the committee.
My name is Honorable Geoffrey Kinney, a member of Parliament from Kwanta South and a member of the committee. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Frank Yaboa, MP for Achuma Nwabiaja North in the Ashanti region and a member of the committee.
Hello, good morning. My name is Akwesi Kunedu, the representative of the people of Menshiano constituency and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Ernest Diawenim, Member of Parliament Kumau and a member of this committee.
Good morning. My name is Kwame Jijoli Gakpe, representing the good people of Sun City, Keta, and then deputy ranking for the committee.
Good morning. My name is Samuel Atamils, ranking of the committee, and I'm the MP for Commander Edina Iguafo Abrim. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Abna Osei Asari, Member of Parliament for Itiwa East and the chairperson of this committee. This morning I see some purported friends of the committee here. They are here to represent their ministries, but they are here saying that they are friends. We'll be gentle on you. Thank you.
Auditors, could you introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is
Auditors, please hold on. I think there's one honorable member who is here too.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning. My name is Sebastian. I represent Bandu constituency in the Parliament of Ghana, and I'm a member of this committee. Thanks.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Michael Addo, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service.
Good morning, Honorable Chair, Alhaj Mahmoud Abdullahi, Director, Audit Service.
Okay, now may we call Minister of Youth Employment. I'm sorry, and Clerk, may you go and swear them in, please. Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment. Thank you very much. Sorry for messing up your ministry's name. And please swear them in.
So kindly repeat after me. I, swear by the Almighty God, that the evidence I shall give before this committee, touching the matter in issue, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Honorable Minister, please introduce yourself and your team.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairperson, my name is George Opariado. I'm Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment. Thank you.
Yes, the rest can introduce yourself.
So good morning, honorable members. My name is Emma Ofori-Agyeman, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Regina Amu, the Director in charge of Internal Audit at the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Thank you. Sorry. My name is Regina Amu, the Director in charge of Internal Audit at the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Priska Sedinam Kekeshi, Deputy CEO in charge of Finance and Administration, Youth Employment Agency.
Good morning. My name is Abubakar Sana Abdul Kudus, Deputy CEO Operations, Youth Employment Agency.
Honorable Chair, my name is Malik Basentali, CEO of the Youth Employment Agency. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Benjamin Otu, Finance Director, Youth Employment Agency. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Charles Tetefio, Director, Internal Audit, Youth Employment Agency.
Good morning. My name is Divine Kuma, Head of Budget, Youth Employment Agency. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll start with Youth Employment Agency. And your infraction is on paragraph 2052 on economical rent payment. And Honorable Nana Oseje will take that one.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Minister, as my chairman said, the heading is on economical rent payment. And it's on paragraph 457. See you. Page 457. Sorry. Paragraph 2052. Let me read to you the auditor's findings. It said, our review of the agency's rent agreement with Mrs. K&A Developers Limited, the facility manager and the financial records disclosed that the agency expended a total amount of 3.2 million Ghana cedis as rent and service charge for office accommodation for the period April 2023 to December 2023. Subsequently, we noted that the total rent and service charge payable had been increased from 3.2 to 5.5 million Ghana cedis for the period January to December 2024, representing 72.65% increase. The details are below. The auditors recommended that the Chief Executive Officer should liaise with the sector ministry to seek for affordable accommodation. Management response. Management responded that the agency was directed by the Ministry of Works and Housing, owners of the Olympic House facility, which houses the agency, to engage the new facility manager, Mrs. K&A Developers, and pay the necessary service charges and management fees to them on behalf of the ministry. Management further stated that they have initiated discussions with the facility management to reduce the rent charge. CEO, my first question is, do you have any records that shows that the CEO went around to look for affordable accommodation?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I proceed to answer your questions, I want to seek permission of this committee to seek leave. Originally, we were scheduled to be here yesterday, and so I scheduled a few meetings today. But because of the respect I had for this committee, I decided to appear before the committee and then formally seek your permission. If you indulge me, I will leave behind my chief director and then the CEO for the YEA to respond and answer to the questions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Minister, permission granted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. But before I leave, I want it to be on record that the CEO and myself have engaged with the Chief of Staff's office in respect to permanent accommodation for the YE, and we are working on that. And so I believe in due time we will report to this August House what plans have been made and what facilities have been allocated to us so that the YE can move into a more permanent premises, and then we'll do away with the rent issues. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. But Chief Director, you are stuck here with us, so. All right.
Honorable Minister, we asked you a question, so are you by this saying that you are handing over to someone to answer? You did not say that, so maybe sit and let us know.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Like I said, I will leave the CEO and my Chief Director behind to answer all the questions. Thank you very much.
So, CEO,
today, you seem to have moved from the keke to the keke.
But I must say that you have one of the best chief directors in the system. And so if you would coordinate with her and work very well with her, your reign as the CEO and the ministers as well will go well. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam.
okay, so could you get an answer for this uneconomical rent payment?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The YE has occupied our current facility since 2010. And initially, per my understanding, it was a government facility fully owned and managed by the Ministry of Works and Housing. And so the YE in past times had not paid any amount in the form of rent to the Ministry of Works and Housing. Somewhere in 2023, the facility was handed over to the facility, a private manager, that's K&A management, facility management group. And the YE sat and went into talks with them because the plan was now for the YE to pay rent to the facility manager who manages the facility, and then you have the facility manager also pay an amount to the Works and Housing. Honorable Chair, let it be noted that in past it wasn't free, but because it was government to government, most often you find government agencies defaulting in paying their rents to other government agencies. So in the wisdom of the Ministry of Works and Housing, they thought that handing it over to a private manager will ensure that government agencies pay, because once you don't pay, then it means you are packing out of their facility. And so in 2023, the rent was paid. In 2024, the facility manager decided to upgrade a lot of amenities within the facility, and so it led to the astronomical rise of in rent payment. But in 2024, after 2024, after the audit review, we agreed with the recommendations made that the YE should take steps in finding a permanent facility so we avoid the payment of rent. And so my minister and I had engaged, like he said, with the chief of staff to try and get us accommodation, a permanent place where we'll do away with rent payment. And I think that is in our interest, because if we have to spend about 4 million Ghana cedis paying rent, when we could have used that amount of money to 5 point something, when we could have used that amount of money in creating jobs for the young people out there, it goes a long way to support our cause. And so we are in talks to ensuring that we get a permanent place and we finally do away with rent payments. And so hopefully, Honorable Chair, by next year, I'm sure that plans would begin in getting us a permanent facility to operate from. Thank you.
Honorable CEO, you came with some officials from your outfit. Who was there when this thing was done?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My Director of Finance was there.
So let him speak to it.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Since you were in there, let them speak to it.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think my internal auditor was part of the team who engaged with the facility manager. Unfortunately, he's here, so I would want him to give insight into that.
Okay, Mr. Chair.
Is the building for government?
Yes, the building is for Works and Housing. Yes, so in 2022, we were summoned to the ministry, and then we were asked to contact KNA, who is a private company, to manage the facility, because the facility is in somehow a bad shape. So after the discussion in 2022, 2023, then they brought a bill. So the bill is that if we are not able to pay, then we have to pack out and look for our own facility. So we were compelled to go by that, since we're not having any facility at that moment. So, Mr. Chair, that is why we are still there, and we are paying the rent.
Internal auditor.
Sir, so before 2022, what was the arrangement? Who gave you that facility? Is it from the presidency? Is it from your ministry? Because Works and Housing is a government agency. If Works and Housing, and their mandate is to provide such facilities to government agencies. Now, I won't fault them in engaging a third party as facility managers. But what was the arrangement? How much were you paying to Works and Housing before 2022?
Mr. Chair, before 2022, we were not paying, we were only doing maintenance. And the facility was given to us by our mother ministry.
And how much was the maintenance cost?
Mr. Chair, immediately I will not be able to remember the maintenance cost, but I think we can finish the committee later.
Give me a rough idea. I mean, you were in charge. You sat throughout the negotiations, so you have a fair idea of it.
Mr. Chair, with the maintenance of the facility, we had people who were maintaining the facility privately. It was not done by the Ministry or Western Housing, so I will not be able to give the figure immediately, but we can finish the committee later with the amount.
Well, so, sir, I mean, we can understand these things, but we are here to, save the public purse. That's why we are here. you were paying for it, you cannot even recollect the amount you were, it means that it was that small, I mean, for you. In 2022, 2023, you paid 3 million. 2023, 2024, you had an increment of about 76%, and you still went ahead and paid this money without raising queries to the ministry, without going back to your mother ministry, without going back to the presidency to complain. Is it because you had the money? I mean, the money was in your account, so you felt that you pay for it?
Mr. Chair, in fact, when the bill came, we went back to the ministry, and the ministry told us that they handed over the facility to K&A, so there's nothing they could do about it. And K&A was ready to eject us from the building. We didn't have any option than to pay.
Respectfully, there was no negotiations, there was nothing. Just because they told you if you don't pay, we'll get you out. But put yourself in this situation. If your landlord comes to you and tells you that I've handed over the building to a facility management company and we are increasing rent by 72.5%, would you have accepted it? 72.5% within one financial year. Would you have accepted it?
No, Madam Chair, in fact, with the payment of the rent, even the facility manager, according to him, he's supposed to start the rent collection from, I think, 2019, but we had to plead with him. We had to plead with him to start the payment in 2023. Yes. Yes, so we've negotiated not even to pay the arrears, so we had to plead with him to start from 2023.
Internal auditor.
Excuse me, honorable members. The owner of the question needs to exhaust it. Then we all come in. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. CEO, is there any written agreement? Is there any written communications between you, YE, K&A, Ministry of Works and Housing, and your mother ministry? If you have, can you make it available to us? Or it was verbal?
No, Mr. Chair, there is a written agreement.
Where is it, please?
Mr. Chair, we can provide the agreement later to the committee.
Okay, kindly summarize the terms of the agreement, the highlights.
Mr. Chair, with the agreement, we're supposed to pay our utilities with the tenants. We have Ghana AIDS Commission in the same building. We have Labour Commission. We have Ghana Olympics. But the Ghana Olympics, the land belongs to them. They don't pay the rent. Then the Youth Employment Agency. So we pay the utilities. We pay the utility bills. And then the rent goes to the service, to the facility manager for the maintenance. So the facility manager does the maintenance of the entire building. So we pay only the utility bills.
Oh, hold on. That K&A developers, who are those?
Mr. Chair, why we don't know K&A? K&A came from the Ministry of Works and Housing.
K&A came from Ministry of Housing.
Works and Housing, Mr. Chair.
Works and Housing. So Works and Housing, when they come, they will have to let us know who K&A developers are. Because this thing doesn't make any sense. And it's not fair. And next time, don't let your CEO answer because he wasn't there. You were the ones who did it. Don't hide behind the CEO. No. You will have to, Honorable Kunedu.
Chairman, thank you very much. Looking at the infraction and the table that we have, we are looking at two different items. You have an annual service charge, and you also have an annual rent. The annual service charge is in excess of 324,000 for 2023, and in 2024 that was 925,000. That is for service charge. What services are these? Because if you look at the rent itself, it's 4.6 million. And you pay your utilities. I'm sure you do your janitors and the rest. So what service charge are we talking about that you are paying in excess of 900,000 for?
Mr. Chair, with the service charge here, that includes the security, the maintenance of the car park, the maintenance of the lift, and all that.
And that is costing you 924,000 Ghana cedis a year.
Mr. Chair, that is the bill, please. Thank you.
And the rent becomes different from that. But the property you said is for the state.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So facility managers, what role do they have in taking rent if they are only managing the property? Because they are managing, that's why they are taking service charge. So why would you have to, in any way, pay rent to a facility manager who the property does not belong to, but only servicing the property in terms of maintenance and all those others? So why would you have to pay rent to that person? Did you inquire about that? Because you have to pay rent to the owner. And you said they are facility managers. So they are primarily not the owners of the property. They are only providing services.
Okay, Nancy.
Internal data.
Mr. Chair.
I think my chairman asked you a question and he said you don't know Mrs. K&A. So you don't know them?
No, Mr. Chair, we know them, but we didn't engage them, Mr. Chair.
But you said you don't know them.
No, we know KNA as a facility manager, but engaging, we didn't engage KNA.
So there was no agreement?
Mr. Chair, there is an agreement.
Okay.
But the agreement is between KNA and Works and Housing. Yes.
In that case, clerk, flag this. When Works and Housing gets here, they'll have to explain even further about this one. Because whom were you paying the money to? Was it to Works and Housing or KNA?
Mr. Chair, we paid the money to KNA, the facility manager.
Okay.
So, auditors, we also need your help in this matter. There are two issues at stake here. One is a service charge, and the other is a rent. The rent should be going to the ministry. If you could provide this committee some traces that indicate that KNA paid this rent money to the ministry, I think it will be of help to this committee so that we know that nobody is shortchanging the state in this very matter. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll flag this one and then move on to the next one. The next infraction is on paragraph 257. And Honorable Cheryl Che will take care of that. I'm sorry, hold on. Dr. Giselle.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to add that they don't have the agreement the Works and Housing has with them here. But whilst you flagged it, they have time, and their office is just around the corner. They can fetch a copy of the tenancy agreement or whatever MOU they have so that we can understand fully what the transaction arrangement is. Then we can later discharge them or otherwise.
Thank you. Honorable Cheryl Che, please.
This infraction is about unremitted social security contributions. Section 3 of the National Pensions Act 2008 at 766, as amended, states that out of the total contributions of 18.5%, an employer should, within 14 days from the end of each month, transfer to the mandatory scheme on behalf of each worker 13.5% to the first tier mandatory basic national security contribution scheme and 5% to the second tier mandatory occupational pension scheme. On examination by the auditors, contrary to this, our examination of salary payments, vouchers, and payroll records disclosed that a total amount of 1,277,595.46 and 473,183.50 being first and second tier contributions, respectively, on salary arrears amounting 9,463,670.06 for the period January 2024 to July 2024 were not remitted to their respective fund managers, that's Committe and Glyco. The table is below, but the auditors recommended that the Chief Executive Officer should ensure that the account remits all outstanding pension contributions of 1,750,776.96 to Committe and Glyco pension funds without further delay. Management responded that they had directed the Finance Directorate to file the necessary pension deductions, being first and second tiers, on the arrears of the salary increments. Can the Finance Director confirm if this has been done?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I can confirm that payments have been made to, and we have receipts to show that the Senate under deductions have been paid, and then the Glyco has also been paid. We have receipts to that effect. Thank you.
Can the auditors please confirm this?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that all the pension contributions have been remitted to Committe and Glyco. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
All right, thank you very much. The next infraction is on paragraph 2061, and Honorable Kwesi Kwenedu will take care of that.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, this has to do with under recovery or under withholding tax for rent that you paid to K&A developers and also to JBL for warehouses that you rented. Instead of you charging 18, you ended up 15, you ended up charging 8%, so you're under withheld. And the auditor says that you should withhold that from subsequent payments that you've made to them. Have you done that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, so in the case of K&A, he submitted to us a tax exemption letter from GRA that we are not supposed to withhold tax from his payment. So we have the letters from GRA to that effect. And in the case of JBL, we are still using their facility. So he has agreed that the subsequent payment that will be made to him will deduct the full complement of the previous shortage in the deduction of the withholding tax from it. Thank you.
So for the K&A, have you shown evidence of this letter from the GRA to the auditors?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So in those circumstances, what would happen to the first deduction that you made from them, bearing in mind that they have a withholding, a letter of exemption? What will happen to the first deductions that you made?
So we have to refund. We are in talks with them, so we will handle that, Mr.
And with the JBL, do you have a written agreement with them mandating the deduction of that full one, not by word? Because ordinarily you would have to deduct the full complement of the under recovery and the current years also. You understand that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
Do you have that?
Yes, we have that.
And you showed that to the auditors?
Yes, we've shown that to the auditors.
Auditors, can you please confirm that for us?
Honorable Chair, so we have verified the letter exempting K&A developers from paying withholding tax from GRA. And then for JBL, there is an agreement to deduct that from their subsequent payment.
Okay, so you have a letter. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next infraction is on paragraph 2066, and it's on earned salaries. We have up to the tune of 161,222. What have you done about these on earned salaries?
Honorable Chair, we have since written to the affected staff to refund the money, and we are yet to hear from them. And we have decided that by close of this month, if we don't hear from them, we will refer the case to the police to go after them. Thank you.
Sir, this is an afterthought. When was this audit?
The report was issued in February.
February. And when they did the exit interview, they told you about this on earned salaries?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
So now you are coming to sit here to tell us that. What was your answer again?
Honorable Chair, I said we have since written to them to refund those monies. But we are saying that we are giving ourselves out to the end of this month. If they fail to do that, we will report them to the police for the police to look for them.
So we are in August. That's the 8th month, right? Or 7th month. I don't even know. So from February to August, you couldn't get them to pay. And you think 1 month will get them to pay?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think when the issues were raised, we decided to also do payroll audit. So the payroll audit actually took some time. That is why the delay actually came. And also because of the transition, the new administration needed certain information about the payroll, including the issues raised by the external auditors. And even after the payroll audit, we realized that 15 out of those who, 14 out of those whose names were captured as having received unearned salaries were even still at post. So then we had to engage them to ensure that those monies that they took during the time they were not at post, they refund all those. So, Honorable Chair, the payroll audit is what actually occasioned the delay. And we assure the committee that by close of this month, we will take firm decision in recovering the money. Thank you.
Mr. Accountant, who was validating these people?
So thank you, Honorable Chair. The validation was done by the various regional directors because we are at the head office and these people are mostly in the regions. So we wait to receive validations from the regions before we pay them.
And they were doing. I'm sorry. Have you queried these people who were doing the validations?
Honorable Chair, we haven't queried them, but we have taken the steps to recover the money. Unfortunately, when the report came, most of these directors have left office. Most of these regional directors who did the validations have left office. They were not there. We were finding it difficult to locate most of them.
So, okay, Honorable Vice Chairman wants to continue.
Well, we can understand that they were in there. It's not that they had left, but they were asked to go. That could be. But out of the 26 staff, you indicate that 15 in your response, 15 are still on the payroll. 15 are still on the payroll. 11 are not on your payroll, and their last pay was December 2024. The audit was done somewhere in April. Your attention was brought to this anomaly somewhere in April with your response to the auditors. do you by any way suggesting to this committee, are you by any way suggesting to this committee that from April, May, June, July till December, even when they were flagged, you were still paying them?
No, Honorable Chair, they were only paid for 2 months and their salaries were stopped until we finished the payroll audit, when we realized that those people were still at post and we started paying them again. Thank you.
You also indicate to this committee that you are written to them. How did you do that? Do you know their residents? Have you spoken to them? Do you know them? How did you communicate to them?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So in our letter, we said that we have written to them through the regional directors in the various regions because they are there with them and they know their locations. So that is our response, that we have written to the affected staff through the various regional directors. Thank you.
And have you showed this correspondence to the auditors to indicate that you are on track to collect these monies to the state?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
All right, so you suspended some 2 months' salaries. After your investigation, have you paid the monies back to them?
Not yet. We haven't paid.
You have not done that. Auditors, can you confirm to this committee if you've seen correspondence to the 11 persons involved, whether or not they've been asked to?
Yes, we have verified those letters. They've written to them.
Can you also confirm whether the 15 people are still at post or they have left?
Honorable Chair, the 15 people